This is Monday, November 7th, one day until the 2016 presidential election between Hillary Clinton, former Secretary of State, and Donald Trump, whose spokesperson told CNN last night that a Jay-Z video shows him throwing Mozel Tov cocktails, and this is the closer. It was in the New York Times yesterday. It was about Stephen Miller, senior Trump policy advisor, and Corey Lewandowski, fired Trump campaign manager, meeting with Trump campaign chief executive Stephen Bannon. It was Friday, October 28th, Manchester, New Hampshire, and they had just read the letter from FBI Director Comey, the letter that could still throw the election to Trump, not the letter yesterday that was an attempt to save Comey's ass and the asses of the fascists who have reportedly caused the FBI's New York office to go rogue. Advisor Miller and fired campaign manager Lewandowski and this baboon Bannon were trying to figure out what Trump should say in a speech just minutes away when it happened. As the Times wrote it, quote, "As the aides agonized over which words to feed into the teleprompter, they became so engrossed that a hot light set up next to the machine caused Mr. Bannon's cool hiking pants to begin smoldering. I think my pant leg is on fire," he said after noticing the acrid smell. End quote. The chief of this Friday the 13th movie marathon of a presidential campaign, and his pants are literally on fire. Trump, when the go-to metaphor about lying in the world, the go-to metaphor about political lying in the world, suddenly happens for reals to your campaign chief executive in something just this side of spontaneous combustion. Trump, when your campaign chief's clothing becomes liar, liar, pants on fire, imagery, analysis, probity have all lost their ability to correctly qualify or even quantify your campaign's dishonesty. You have defied description. You have eluded art. You have beggared the imagination. Trump, your campaign, you, and everything around you are simply a lie. Another lie. Another fucking Trump lie. The first Comey letter, the worst attempt to throw the election by a government agency since a morals charge against an LBJ aide in October 1964 was supported by a letter from, the FBI. And your exploitations of it, exploitations now rendered pathetic and transparent by Comey's desperate second letter yesterday. Clinton's going to be indicted. Clinton's going to jail. Clinton would be impeached. Each one of those, a lie. Another lie. Another fucking Trump lie. And that was hardly the worst of the lies just this weekend. On Friday, at a North Carolina Clinton rally, a protester interrupted President Obama. The crowd booed the older man, but the president told them, his own side, to, quote, sit down and be quiet for a second. He then told them to respect their elders and to respect that man's rights and the uniform that he was wearing, which suggested he was a veteran. That night in Pennsylvania, though, you, Trump, claimed Obama, quote, spent so much time screaming at this protester, and frankly, it was a disgrace. A lie! Another lie! Another Trump lie. The next night in Reno, you, Trump, upped the ante about the president and the protesters. Quote, it was a really bad scene. Let me tell you the way he acted. That's right before a guy unveils a Republicans Against Trump sign, and you say, we have one of those guys from the Hillary Clinton campaign. How much are you being paid? $1,500. All right, take him out. Your crowd promptly takes him out. He is jumped, punched. He says he was grabbed by the groin. And then Trump, somebody in your crowd says, gun. A lie. Another lie. Another fucking Trump lie. There was no gun, just a guy with a sign getting beaten up by your crowd. Secret Service rush you off the stage. Fine, good, bless them. Glad we haven't descended to violence against the candidates. But while you are lying, Trump, about how Obama handled a protester, you incited your own crowd to beat up a protester. And then the special projects director of a group called Citizens for Trump promptly tweets, Hillary ran away from rain today. Trump is back on stage minutes after an assassination attempt. A lie. Another lie. Another fucking Trump lie. And that lie was promptly retweeted by your son, Idiot Jr., and your own social media director, Dan Scavino. Your people turned a guy with a sign into an assassination attempt. And then at your next speech, Saturday night in Denver, the priest introducing you says, you just survived a murder attempt. A lie! Another fucking Trump lie from a priest. The next morning, confronted on CNN with this succession of Trump lies, your campaign manager, Kellyanne Conway, refuses to back away from the lie that this was an assassination attempt instead of what it really was, a piece of cardboard. But she does complain about a list of CNN stories she doesn't like, and she offers to trade. Quote, you guys retract that, I will give a call to Dan Scavino about the retweet. Not, oh, thank goodness there was no assassination attempt, just a lie, another fucking Trump lie. This weekend, Trump was an unintentional and almost complete preview of what a Trump presidency would be like. You and your little fascist friends, like Rudy Giuliani, manipulating the levers of government to try to win elections, presenting to everyone a universe designed to replace truth with imaginary menaces and phony assassination attempts and political prosecutions and the demonizing of criticism and the insane defiance of reality. Lies instead of truth, lies instead of reality, lies instead of life. And yet with all of these lies, the biggest lie of the weekend, Trump, nearly flew under everybody's radar. It is impossible to say for sure just how far you would go to punish undocumented Americans. You've already insisted millions of them will be deported. There are laws in the books right now about what happens to immigrants, even those who have become naturalized citizens, if they have lied in any way to gain citizenship. But the government rarely pursues these liars unless they are somehow involved in war crimes or terrorism. But you, Trump, you want to expand prosecution of those who have worked here illegally. Like, say, perhaps a 26-year-old woman who was reported by the Associated Press on Friday night to have been here in 1996 on a visitor's visa and yet worked here illegally, paid for 10 modeling assignments that were not permitted under her visa. Having violated immigration rules, she later became a citizen. If she tried this on your first day after you take over the government, you would presumably prosecute her and revoke her citizenship and send her out of the country. You may know her story. She is your wife, and her story is a lie. Another lie. Another fucking Trump lie. That's the closer. I'm Keith Olbermann. Watch this space.